Hello and welcome to my channel Engineering Made Simple. Now from today onwards we are going to start a new course named Wireless Networks. Today is lecture number 1, Introduction. In this lecture we will learn what do you mean by wireless networks, a brief overview of different types of wireless networks. So now let us start with the introduction, first by defining what do you mean by wireless networks. Now, the term wireless communication or wireless networks is used when number of users access networks with the help of computers or other communication devices. Now next, internet, which has become an essential part of our daily life and also in the corporate businesses, it has become advantageous to have wireless connectivity that can connect mobile users to their enterprises and offices. So what I mean to say here is that internet is a wireless communication technology which allows mobile users to connect to the network anytime anywhere. So by use of internet wireless communication technology, we can do whatever work we are supposed to do while sitting at home. We can connect to our office and do our own work. So present condition, work from home is very popular. So this work from home is only possible because of the advent of wireless connectivity or wireless networks. Now, wireless networks can also be defined as a communication network that uses wireless data communication between the network nodes. Now, what do you mean by this? We have different communication devices, namely laptop, mobiles, your any other networking device that are connected together to form a network. Now, each of these devices will form a node in the network, and if they are connected wirelessly using some wireless data communication protocol, then it is said to be a wireless network. So that is what is explained here. Wireless networks can also be defined as a communication network that uses wireless data communication in between the network nodes. Now an alternative definition of wireless networks is also as follows. Wireless networking is a technology by which homes, offices and business installations are connected together without the use of wires by using radio communication. So by means of radio communication technology, these devices are connected to each other. Whether these devices can be connected in your offices, this can be connected in your home or any other business installation. So this is nothing but what is known as wireless networking technology. Now, examples of wireless networks include wireless local area networks, cellular networks, wireless body area networks, wireless personal area networks, wireless metropolitan area network, and wireless ad hoc networks. And last important name is wireless sensor networks, etc. Now, let us study history of wireless communications. Guglielmo Marconi in 1874 gave the first demonstration of wireless telegraphy in 1895 using long wave transmission with very high transmission power of the order greater than 200 kilowatt. From this figure only we will come to know when the first wireless communication or wireless telegraphy application was demonstrated by Guglielmo Marconi. He used very high transmission power of the order of 200 kilowatt. Now, another experiment was performed in which transatlantic communication. Now, what do you mean by transatlantic communication? The communication which will take place on both the sides of the Atlantic Ocean. So that's why it is known as transatlantic. Now, for that, huge base stations were set up. Now, what do you mean by base stations? You know very well as you studied cellular or mobile communications in your earlier semester. Now, in 1907, the transatlantic communications took place for that huge base stations were set up using 30 100 antennas on both the sides of Atlantic Ocean for transmission and reception wirelessly. So now next, the first radio broadcast took place in 1906 when Reginald A. Fessenden in 1866 in 1906 transmitted voice and music for Christmas. Now, in 1915, the first wireless voice transmission was set up in between New York and San Francisco cities. The first commercial radio station started in 1920 from Pittsburgh, USA. So now we will study different types of wireless networks. First one is wireless local area networks. Now wireless LANs can be found in college campuses, in office buildings and in many areas. So WLANs are nothing but LAN without cables. Now what do you mean by LAN in particular? We will discuss wireless LAN later, but what do you mean by LAN? A local area network is a computer network that interconnects computers within limited areas such as a residence, school, laboratory, university campus or an office building with the use of a backbone LAN cable. Now that is a cable LAN. So what is wireless LAN? So wireless LANs are nothing but LAN without cables. So now wireless LANs are also known as wireless Ethernet, and the specifications for wireless LANs are given in IEEE 802.11 standard. Now one important thing to note here is that whenever you are studying wireless networks, as in wireless networks, frequency bands are an important resource. So the different wireless communication protocols are given by different internationally accepted standards such as IEEE that deal with various communication technologies. So when you talk about wireless networks, the different wireless network technologies will use certain IEEE standards. So this thing should be very much clear that you are going to study different types of wireless technologies in this course, and as you are going to study different types of wireless technologies, they are going to require different specifications, and the specifications are given by the standards making body, which in our case will be IEEE. So wireless LAN is IEEE 802.11 standard. So the specifications of wireless LANs, what frequency it will be using, what will be the link type, how will be the communication between the devices, that will be governed by the specifications which are given in these different IEEE standards. So now for now on, as we are discussing WLAN, so it is known as wireless Ethernet, and its specification, that is radio specifications, are given in IEEE 802.11 standard. So if you are going to design a WLAN, you will search for its specification, its compatibility, its so on and so forth, like a data sheet. When you do in electronics, you will study. If you are designing wireless LAN, you will study IEEE 802.11 standard in order to be able to design a wireless LAN network, or in order to theoretically understand it also. So next, wireless personal area networks. Now a wireless personal area network is a short distance, typically less than 10 meter, but as far as 20 meters. So this is nothing but the coverage radius of WPAN is given. Now wireless networks are specially designed to support portable and mobile computing devices such as personal computers, PDAs, printers and storage devices. Now what do you mean by a WPAN is that I have two laptops at home and one mobile phone. Now I want to connect these two laptops and this and one smartphone which I have in a wireless network. Now there are many ways to do it, but as I have a Wi-Fi router at home, I will connect all the three devices using the same router in such a way that these three devices can communicate with each other as they are actually using a single network. And also I can connect the three devices using Bluetooth technology. So that is nothing but WPA. Now in WPA we will study different types of technologies, namely Bluetooth IEEE 802.15.1, ultra wideband, that is UWB, that is 802.15.3a, and Zigbee technology, whose specifications are given in IEEE 802.15.4, are examples of WPANs that allow devices within close proximity to join together in wireless networks and also to exchange information. Now, Bluetooth, as we all know, we send and receive files, mostly images, documents with each other when we are in the same house or with your friends using Bluetooth technology. So that is very well understood. Now, these three technologies we are going to study in detail when we study the module wireless personal area network. As this is the introductory lecture, this much is. Now we are going to study The another important different type of wireless network, which is wireless sensor networks. Now, what is wireless sensor network? A wireless sensor network consists a large number of tiny sensor nodes that are sensely deployed inside the phenomenon to be sensed or very close to it. So what does this mean is that basically if you want to measure some physical phenomenon or characteristics, we will deploy a large number of array of sensors and then we will measure the data. Now, now, if let us say, for example, I want to measure temperature of the room, or let us say I want to measure moisture of the soil. So what I will do, I will deploy moisture sensor or temperature sensor accordingly, sensor node accordingly, and the nodes will, the sensors will collect the temperature and moisture data and display it on the computer screen. So now, sensor nodes consist of sensing, data processing, and communicating components. So as I explained in earlier example, the sensor node, suppose it is a temperature sensor. It will first sense the temperature, then process the data and display the temperature on the display device or a PC, laptop, or any other computing device. So for that, after sensing and data processing, the sensor nodes need some communication channel also to display the accurate reading on the PC computer. So that's why it needs communicating components. So now wireless sensor networks can also use different wireless technologies including IEEE 802.11, WLANs, Bluetooth and radio frequency identification. Now the next type of wireless network is wireless wide area networks. Now a wireless wide area network provides long distance transmission of data, image and video information over large geographical areas that may comprise a country, a continent or even the whole world. Now, an example of WWANs is your cellular telephony. So, examples of WWANs are cellular networks or satellite networks. Now, everybody uses cell phones nowadays. So, that is nothing but a wireless wide area network because we can communicate with people outside the country, within the country, and that is a wireless communication. So, that is a wireless wide area network. The satellite networks, as we all know, the satellites are present in the orbit and we enjoy various type of services such as weather information, let's say your simple satellite television broadcast. So the satellite networks are also example of wireless wide area network. And next type of wireless networks are wireless metropolitan area networks. So as the name suggests, metropolitan area network meaning the the wireless network which is capable to serve a geographical area equivalent to the size of a metropolitan city. So the coverage radius of this type of wireless network is similar to that of a area occupied by the entire city or the geographical span of the entire city. Now, a WMAN is a computer network that interconnects users with computer resources in a geographical region of the size equivalent to that of a metropolitan area. So this is what I explained earlier. So example of wireless metropolitan area networks is WiMAX technology. Now we will study this WiMAX technology in detail later on. Now let us study a simplified wireless network reference model. Now why do we need to study a wireless network reference model is that we want to study how different devices connected in different wireless networks communicate with each other wirelessly in order to understand how the data transfer between the communication devices, and in our case personal digital assistants or wireless communication devices, takes place. We need to understand how each device communicate with another device in the network. So in order to develop a better understanding of that, we need to study a network reference model, which will help us in understand how the data transfer takes place from one device to another device in a wireless network in a wireless setting. So for that, we have this simplified reference network model. So we have studied something similar to this in your computer communications network course. It was known as OSI model. So that we studied in data communication and networking or computer communication networking. This model is similar to that. Now let us now I will explain in this model. So figure 1.1 shows a personal digital assistant which provides an example for a wireless and portable device. So PDA is nothing but your portable device, your laptop, your mobile phone with internet, smartphone with internet. Then this PDA communicates with the base station, which acts as the intermediate node. Now the base station consists of a radio transmitter, sender and receiver, and an interworking unit connecting the wireless link with a fixed link. Now the communication partner of the PDA are the device with which the PDA intends to send this data. That is the final destination of the data is the your conventional computer. So that is in the another network. So how these are connected and how this will function. Now, as you can see, the communication partner or the destination of the data of the PDA is a conventional computer, which is shown on the right hand side. Now, this PDA, this base station, and this interworking unit and the computer each form a network element or node in the wireless network. Now, underneath each network element, that is the PDA, such as PDA interworking unit and the computer, the figure shows a protocol stack. So this is a layered protocol stack, and each layer will perform certain networking functions in the wireless network. So so this is what I want to explain here. Underneath each network element, such as PDA, interworking unit, computer, the figure shows the protocol stack implemented in system according to the reference model. End systems such as PDA and the computer PDA and the computer in the example need a full protocol stack comprising of application layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. Now, okay. Now, intermediate systems such as or intermediate nodes such as the interworking unit do not necessarily need all the layers. So, as you know, the intermediate nodes are functioning on are only three layers, mainly physical layer, data link layer, network layer, etc. So, now we have listed the layers of the protocol stack and which all layers are all the devices in the network using. Now, what are the functions of each of the following layers? We will study that in the detail. Now, the physical layer. Starting from the physical layer. The physical layer is the lowest layer in the communication system. It is responsible for conversion of stream of bits in the signals that can be transmitted to the sender side. Now, the physical layer of the receiver then transforms the signal back into a bit stream. For wireless communication, the physical layer is also responsible for frequency selection, generation of carrier frequencies, signal detection. Although, as it is a wireless communication, a very big limitation is of interference, depending upon the transmission scheme. So, encryption is also should be done at the physical layer itself. Now, the second layer is the data link layer. The main tasks of this layer include accessing the medium, multiplexing of different data streams, correction of transmission errors, and synchronization. Now, all these things you will come to know when we will study different type of wireless networks in detail or wireless network technologies in detail. So, for time being, only keep in mind that the data link layer performs the following functions such as accessing the medium, multiplexing of different data streams, correction of transmission errors, and synchronization. Now, as you know, frequency is a shared resource. Now, when we studied cellular telephony or mobile communications, we came to know that there is a frequency reuse concept. So so by that you can understand what do you mean by accessing the same medium or media access share techniques, and why is synchronization necessary. All these things you should be knowing as of now. If you have any doubts, we will cover it in the later part of the courses when we study different type of wireless technologies in detail. Now the next layer we are going to study is network layer. Is the network layer. The third layer, which is responsible for routing of data packets to the network, or establishing a connection between two entities or many other intermediate systems. So these intermediate networks provide do a very important role or perform a very important task of routing of data packets from the PDA to the final destination, which is their computer. So without these intermediate nodes, we cannot establish a communication. So the intermediate nodes in the network are performs the most vital aspect in any wireless network or in general in any communication system. Now third layer is the transport layer. This layer is used in the reference model to establish an end-to-end connection to improve quality of service, flow control and congestion control. All these topics I had discussed in detail when I took a lecture on the OSI model in the computer communication network course. You should feel free to visit that playlist. I am going to provide the link of the OSI reference model lecture in the description of this video also, so you will be able to refer that as well. Now the last and the final layer is of the application layer. Finally, the applications complemented by the additional layers that can find support applications are situated on the top of all transmission oriented layers. So all the uh, transmission characteristics or the display characteristics are provided by the application layer. So this also the application layer also and its functions also is also discussed in detail in that OSI model lecture video. Now we move on to the next topic, advantages of wireless networks. Now, mobility of the user is one of the most important advantage of using wireless network, as the mobile user can connect to the network without the use of any wires. Now what do you mean by mobile user? Mobile user can be anybody, you, me or anybody who wants to access the network while on the go. So if I want to uh, go outside my house and watch some movies on my phone or complete my remaining power plant presentation or office work, I can simply connect to the wireless network and do so. So easy and less expensive installation as less cabling is required. So wireless networks are easy to install because there is no excessive amount of hardware cabling, although there is some amount of cabling required, but it is very less as compared to your wireless network. So less complex, less cabling is required, therefore it is less expensive and it is easy to install. Now productivity of the user increases as he connect to wireless networks from any network location to do his or her work. So user can connect to a wireless network and do his office work while he is sitting at home. Now the present situation demands work from home. So it is possible only and only because of the existing wireless network technologies that people can do their work from home. So wireless networks are easily scalable, meaning they can be easily expanded and to connect more users, and their coverage capacity can also be increased by using different techniques that we have studied in your mobile telephony also. So wireless networks can be easily upgraded to accommodate more number of users by simply a software upgradation, or simply some amount of hardware also upgradation can be required if we increase the number of antennas or change the multiple access techniques and so on. So wireless networks are easily scalable and can be expanded to connect more users, and also coverage area can also be upgraded. So if you are facing some poor connectivity, mobile connectivity in your area, you can simply ask your mobile service provider to add more towers in your locality in order to increase the coverage capacity. And in case the mobile company only will itself analyze what is to be done. So wireless networks are easily scalable and upgradable. Is the point I want to make over here. So these are the advantages. So now we will study disadvantages of wireless networks. First disadvantage is interference. As we are dealing with wireless communication, so radio transmission cannot be protected against interference. So as in case of wired networks, we had shielding on wires to prevent them from interference. We can't shield, we can't do anything to shield radio transmission from interference. It is going, various wireless transmissions are going to interfere with each other. So the main important disadvantage of wireless networks is interference. So radio transmission cannot be protected against interference. Now the next disadvantage is regulations and spectrum. Now as you know, frequency is a limited resource. So for that reason they are coordinated, and unfortunately only very limited amount of frequencies are available due to technical constraints and political reasons also. So this is the second disadvantages of using wireless network are regulations and spectrum limitations. Low bandwidth. So data transmission rates are very low for wireless communication or wireless devices as compared to your normal desktop systems. So local wireless system reach some megabits per second speed, whereas wide area system can offer sometimes, in some cases, a very low data transmission rate because of low bandwidth, which is 10 kilobits per second. High delays, large delay variation. Now, a serious problem for communication protocols or wireless communication protocols to be precise is today's internet TCP/IP. There is being big link variation in link characteristics. So sometimes when we are watching a video or when we are talking using audio call also or internet call, we experience delays in communication. And sometimes when we are on a video call, picture freezes also. So this is another important disadvantage as the network model or the internet uses TCP/IP in particular these days. So this leads in high delays and large delay variation. Now the fifth disadvantage of wireless network is lower security and simpler to attack. Not only portable devices can be stolen more easily, but the radio interface is also prone to dangers of eavesdropping. So, so it is very difficult to encrypt and transmit wireless communication, as anybody or any unauthorized user can eavesdrop your wireless communication data and can listen to your transmission. So the another disadvantage is it has lower security as compared to your wired counterparts, and it is simpler to attack. Now radio access or wireless networks, meaning it will use radio transmission technology only. Now when you talk about radio access, it always uses a shared medium. Now, as it is impossible to separate, it is always impossible to have a separate medium channel or communication frequency provided to each sender and receiver. Different competitors will have to fight for the medium or to fight for its space in the frequency spectrum. So that is an important, very important disadvantage, that in when you are talking about wireless network or wireless communication in particular, we are talking about different users sharing the same medium or frequency band. So that is a considerable amount of constraint when we talk about communication. So what all books you should refer while studying this course? So in under recommended reading, I would like to recommend few books. First one is Vijay K. Garg, Wireless Communication and Networking by Vijay K. Garg. Second book is Wireless and Mobile Networks Concepts and Protocol by Dr. Sunil Kumar S. Manvi, Mahabaleshwar S. Kakasagri. Third book is Mobile Communications by Joshin Sila. Now you can refer this course from multiple textbooks. These are few books given in your Mumbai University syllabus. Also, I will let you know if there are some other books related to different topics. So as of now, these three books I would like to recommend you for reading this course or studying this course. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Click on the bell icon to get notification of all my latest uploads. Thank you.